Good morning, buenos dias, and welcome. Welcome to First Unitarian Universalist Church of San Antonio. Our weekly worship is where we connect, share information and inspiration. My name is Carol Collins. I've attended here since 1993 and have been a member since 1995. My wife and I met here in 2007, thanks to the church's booth at a Pride picnic, and we married here 10 years later when it was legal. Let's acknowledge this geographic place where we are currently located. Yanawana, the home of traditional lands of the Coahuil Tecan people, the original and indigenous stewards of this land to which we all belong, now called San Antonio, Bexar County, and Texas. At our church, we strive to enact a universal love that binds us in mutual care and affection, especially in our work for justice for all and for our planet. Our faith is all-inclusive, and all means all. If you're new to us or visiting for the first time today, we invite you to fill out a visitor's card. We'd like to get to know you and follow up with you. Wherever you are on your life's journey, we hope you will find your place with us. Please reach out to a neighbor you know or don't know and say hello.
It's wearing like a worship committee. Oh no, I did it 6 months ago.
Well, you know. Today, we welcome to our pulpit Reverend Erin J. Walter, she, her, hers. She serves as the minister and executive director for the Texas Unitarian Universalist Justice Ministry, our UU State Action Network. Winner of the 2017 Sermon Award from the UU Women's Federation and a former YMCA director, Reverend Erin is the singer, songwriter, bassist for the band Parker and Woodland, and teaches community Zumba as a joy practice. Erin is the affiliated community minister of Wildflower Unitarian Universalist Church in Austin.
Good morning. My heart is so full to be back here with you in person. I've missed you. I've missed this glorious place. For our opening words this morning, I'm going to invite my friends from U Bar U who were with me last week at camp. Anybody who's feeling bold to come up here? As you can see, yes. My heart is extra full because I spent the week with your kids, and it was amazing. Come on up. All right. Hi. All right. So I'm going to be creative, and we're going to have a really word song. Do you remember This Joy That I Have? The world didn't give it to me. All right. We're going to do that one, and you just join in when you feel ready. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. Again. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. One more time. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. Yeah, I said the world didn't give it. The world can't take it away. Let's do it with pride. Ready? Pride. This pride that I have, the world didn't give it to me. That's right. This pride that I have, the world didn't give it to me. One more time. This pride that I have, the world didn't give it to me. Oh, I said the world didn't give it. The world can't take it away. One more time on that last part. The world didn't give it. The world didn't give it. The world can't take it away. Yeah. Thank you, guys. If you want to feel pride, if you want to feel joy, if you want to feel hope, right there. That's it. So welcome to worship. I love you guys so much, and I'm so happy to see you. Thank you so much to Reverend Mark for having me as a guest in the pulpit, to my friend Reverend Nell, who is, I'm so happy, is here with you all now. What an amazing team you have. Yeah. And thank you to the worship team and everyone involved in this service. Our opening hymn is number 170. I invite you to rise in body and spirit, and while you're rising, I'll say to you, you'll see in this language some binaries. And some things we know as we celebrate Pride is that a lot of things in life are a spectrum. So even as we talk about two things, I invite you to think about the spectrum of things, the spectrum of gender, the spectrum of all of it. 170. beautiful.
Lighting the chalice today is Terry Palin. Terry has been a member of First UU since 2011 and presently serves as president of the Board of Trustees. He is, yes. Thank you, Terry. He is married to Randy Blood, and they have one beautiful daughter, Claire, who just turned 18 and graduated from high school.
Well, good morning, everyone. Pardon me while I take my mask off. This reading today is called May We Live the Spirit of Pride, and it's by Elizabeth Ketchum. This is a reading, and then there's a recurring paragraph or sentence in it. So I'm going to make this a participatory, and so the line that I want you to repeat is, may we live the spirit of pride. So let's say it. May we live the spirit of pride. So I'm going to read something, and then I'll let you say it. You'll pick up this right away. With gratitude for the freedom to be our true, authentic selves, may we live the spirit of pride. With the courage that comes from challenging fear, may we live the spirit of pride. With sorrow for those who could not be here with us today, and in honor of those who have died of AIDS or who've lost their lives to violence for being who they were. May we live the spirit of pride. With the grief for those whose pain was unbearable and who left us too soon. May we live the spirit of pride. Looking ahead to the justice still withheld, may we live the spirit of pride. With the confidence that a sense of community banishes isolation and loneliness, may we live the spirit of pride. And with the new Progress Pride flag flying high, a sense of beloved community among us, and with joy that comes from making new connections, may we live the spirit of pride. Thanks, guys, you did good.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Victoria, and this is our covenant. Love is the doctrine of this church, the quest of truth is its sacrament, and service is its prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge in freedom, to serve humanity in fellowship, to the end that all souls shall grow into harmony with the divine. Thus do we covenant with each other. El amor es la doctrina de esta iglesia. Su sacramento es la búsqueda de la verdad y su oración es el servicio. Convivir en paz, buscar sabiduría en libertad, dar a la humanidad nuestro servicio fraternal para que todas las almas crezcan en armonía con la divinidad. Así pactamos el uno con el otro.
I'm Leslie Hinson. It's time to share our joys and sorrows. I invite us to enter into our hearts and minds in a very intentional way, remembering that ours is a welcoming community that connects with us, a spiritual community that enlivens us, a sharing community that amplifies our joys, a caring community that hears our sorrows and holds us in compassion. May we listen more deeply, see each other more clearly, and grow closer to each other each time we gather together. Now let us come forward to our candles and savor this moment of remembrance with Jaime plays our meditation music.
From our book of Community Joys and Sorrows, we have many joys today. So proud to be hosting our 2022 Pride Service. We welcome Reverend Erin Walter, the Executive Director of our Texas UU Justice Ministry. We welcome all guests, friends, members, and everyone present in our sanctuary and online. So happy to be sharing this beautiful service with great friends. For our son and all in the LGBTQ+ community, may they feel the love and support for the beautiful children of God they are. So glad for Pride. Ask for positive thoughts while navigating separation and co-partnering. Grateful for new friends and learning in our Me and White Supremacy self-study circle. Thankful for the love my gay friends gave me and continue to give. And announcement about the Pride Day, Saturday, June 25th, from 11 in the morning to 7 in the evening at Crockett Park, with the parade at 9 p.m. We are still in need of volunteers to staff the UU booth at Pride Day. To volunteer, see Carol in the bookstore.
For all joys and sorrows and concerns, may we feel empathy and compassion. May the caring of our community offer a space of deep and kindness, loving and just action. Gary Evans here.
It's time for story wisdom. And for story wisdom, we have our wonderful sound man.
Good morning. Good morning. If all the young and young at heart could come up and get a better view, you can join me up on stage. Erin, you want to help me out? Yeah. If you were just up here earlier with Erin, I think you have to also come. So.
How can I help? Hold it, yeah?
You want to sit down with me?
Yeah, totally, right here.
All right. So just a quick PSA while the kids are coming up here. This book is called Be Who You Are by Todd Parr, and they have quite a few of them in the library as well, so like other kids' books about y'all's age. So we're going to add something in here. While we are reading it, there's a number of pages that say, hey Mark, there's a number of pages that look just like this. They say, be who you are. So what we're going to do is when we get to those pages, I want y'all to kind of read it out with me, all right? And I'll yell out there. It looks kind of like that, so y'all probably pick up. So, all right, let's go. Be who you are. Be old, be young, be a different color. Wear everything you need to wear. Speak your language. Learn in your own way. Be proud of where you're from. Be your own family. Just be silly. Be brave. Dance. Learn. Play. Read. Discover. Share your feelings. Happy, silly, mad, scared, sad, proud. Just
Be who you are.
try new things. Be confident. Stand up for yourself. Be energetic. Be peaceful. Be the best that you can be. Just be who you are. That's the end. All right, we're going to sing the kids out to the playground now. Thank you.
Peace, go now in peace. May the power of love surround you everywhere, everywhere you may go. Violence and paz, que el Espíritu temor los rodee en todas partes, donde quieran ir.
I'm speaking for Pam Eiler. Our church has a large purpose to support all of us in becoming more generous in giving of our time, talent, and treasure, all in a context of trust. For those of you viewing online, we invite you to make a contribution on website or on the link in the chat stream. Those of us in the sanctuary may contribute to our church in the baskets being passed by our ushers. Would the ushers please come forward? We bless these offerings we have received for our church and its many ministries and activities. May our blessings be multiplied through our sharing of them. Amen.
My heart is so full. And you can consider this like a mini introduction to the sermon before I sing the anthem. But I want you to know that as a Unitarian Universalist, my deepest belief is in the interconnectedness of all life. And that is especially true for me when we think about justice work. So as a white, cisgender woman, my soul will never feel truly free until I know that all people, my Black and Indigenous and immigrant and trans family, siblings, all of us are truly free. And so the song I want to share with you this morning has been on my heart a lot lately. It's a favorite of Black Lives of Unitarian Universalism. And that group, Blue, has recently put out Blue Notes, an anthology of love, justice, and liberation. And it includes readings and songs that are important to our Black UUs. And one of those songs is I Need You to Survive. And it comes from the Black gospel tradition, from Hezekiah Walker. There's a really powerful version that you can find online. And I want you to know, just like language has evolved since We Are a Gentle, Angry People was written, the language in this song is true to the people for whom this is their theology. So I invite you into it, even though some of the language isn't exactly what we often hear in a UU church, and I invite you to reflect on your own language, make translations if you need to, but really just to soak up the core message of love that is universal for us. I need you to survive.
I need you, you need me. We're all a part of God's body. Stand with me, agree with me. We're all a part of God's body. It is His will that every need be supplied. You are important to me. I need you to survive. You are important to me. I need you to survive. Think about the people that you need. I need you. You need me. We're all a part of God's body. Stand with me, agree with me. We're all a part of God's body. It is His will that every need be supplied. You are important to me. I need you to survive. Tell someone with you. You are important to me. I need you to survive. And this is where we make our commitments. I pray for you. You pray for me. I love you. I need you to survive. I won't harm you with words from my mouth. I love you. I need you to survive. I pray for you. You pray for me. I love you. I love you. I need you to survive. I won't harm you with words from my mouth. I love you. I need you to survive. I pray for you. Sing it if you want. You pray for me. I love you. I love you. I need you. I need you to survive. I won't harm you with words from my mouth. I love you. I love you. I need you to survive. It is His will that every need be supplied. You are important
You are important to me. I need you to survive. I'm here today celebrating pride, joy, and justice with you, the mother of a gay teen, the granddaughter of a gay ancestor, and with gratitude to all the ancestors that make it possible for us to be here today. I want to share with you a piece of scripture that I have possibly shared with you before, but which has deepened in meaning to me during the pandemic and with everything that has been happening. And I tell you before I read to you from the Poverty and Justice Bible, which is the Bible of the Poor People's Campaign, and I'll be singing with them in DC next week as we gather to rally to say that poverty is against love's will and that we have work to do there. But I say to you, I grew up Unitarian Universalist with very little Bible in my life. And I have a lot of ancestors and a lot of family with a lot of Bible in their life. So as a justice seeker who wants to do justice work in an interfaith way and with people of all different backgrounds and races, it's really important to me that I find my authentic connections to this text. And boy, do I love this part. It's from Exodus chapter 16, the Song of Miriam, verse 20 to 22. After the Israelites had walked safely through on dry ground, Miriam, the sister of Erin, was a prophet. So she took her tambourine and led the other women out to play their tambourines and to dance. Then she sang to them. Some of the things that I first loved about this little piece was the idea that as people were making their way on the long, hard journey from slavery to liberation, they made time to sing and dance along the way, and that their leader was a woman. I still love that. But now, after talking about this piece with folks for the last few years, here's what I love even more. Music. I feel like I get a sound check now. It's okay. I love it. I love it. This is the best part of church to me, when we can experience the unexpected, especially if it's music. I also love that this church includes many voices in the service on Sunday. I love that. So what I was going to say is that what I love about it now, after 2 years of a pandemic, after being alongside my daughter as she came out as a gift to herself on her 12th birthday, and I share that with you with her permission, what I love about it is this thought. As people were... I'm just going to dance. Let me know. All right, are we ready? Can we silence our cell phones? I want to tell you something. It's okay. I love it. I should have. Maybe we need a reminder. It's okay. I always laugh about how we're more than 2 years in, and I mean, we still have to say on Zoom, "You're muted." It's okay. It's okay. So, okay. I hope this feels meaningful to you after all that. When the people who had been enslaved were preparing to go, the courage that it took to pack tambourines in the dark of night. They were trying to escape. The commitment in this story to joy, not just to try and somehow silently, quietly pack and leave with tambourines, but do you imagine that they had a lot of luggage on this journey? I don't. I don't think they knew where their food was coming from. They might not have known where their water was coming from, and yet they still saved room with such faith for joy. It's incredible to think about. When I talked about it with the kids at U-Bar U, I started to cry. But I just think it's incredible. And that is part of what it means to be people of faith, especially to be justice-seeking people of faith in Texas. It is hard. And I'm looking at some of you, and I have only a slight glimpse, an honor of a glimpse, into the work that you've been doing for liberation and to take care of your families. Pride is about not just surviving, but thriving. Thriving. And yet, we still need songs like I Need You to Survive, because it feels sometimes like they're coming to get us from all sides. And so if it feels that way to you, I just want you to know that you're not alone. If you're an elder in this congregation who has fought for LGBTQIA+ rights, who has fought for gender justice, who has fought for reproductive justice, immigrant justice, racial justice, voting rights, this earth, and it's really scary and sad to think the direction that we're going. If you leave with nothing else, I want you to know this. Your Texas Unitarian Universalist Justice Ministry is committed to this work with you. And we will not leave this world worse than the world that you created for me and my kids. And so to our elders here, I thank you. I thank you so much. To everyone who has supported the Justice Ministry in its first 10 years, with donations, with showing up, with spreading the word, thank you. And I also know that we've been missed. There have been times, and I don't just mean the Justice Ministry, I mean all of us. It's been hard in this pandemic. We've been tired. But what happens if we let ourselves get too tired, too despairing, it leaves the folks who are most impacted by oppression to fight alone. And we cannot have that. We cannot have that. We cannot have our trans kids and their parents fighting without the rest of us. We cannot have Black Unitarian Universalists singing these songs and the rest of us not know about it. We need to be connected to each other and the spiritual sustenance that we are seeking and share it. And again, just commit to our collective liberation. It is overwhelming, and that is often by design. So if you're tired, please don't beat yourself up about it. What I would like to invite you to do as an act of resistance is to take a breath with me, and then we're going to talk about a couple joyful things. Can we breathe? I want to invite you to do a couple of the things that the kids and I did at U to connect. So one of the things that we did was we talked about what pride means for everyone, especially for our queer folks, but for everyone. What it means to be proud of who you are, to live the first principle of Unitarian Universalism, the inherent worth and dignity of every person. And so I want to invite you, whoever you are, whatever you've brought today, to think about something you're proud about who you are today. You think about it for a moment? I'm going to think about it too. When you're ready, I'm going to invite you to find someone next to you and share it with each other. At U, we don't let the minister do all the talking. So I want to invite you to turn, knowing that this is a shared ministry, that we all bring wisdom to this sanctuary, and bless this sanctuary with your truth. Tell somebody what is something you are proud of about yourself. All right. All right, when you're ready, I invite you to tell the person next to you, thank you for blessing me with knowing about you. And now the other thing is that this little light of mine, I want to let it shine. You know that song. We don't want to hide our pride and our light under a bushel. We want to share the things that we're proud of. So I'm going to invite you to say it out loud to everyone. It's an invitation. You don't have to, but I sure would love it. So I said to my partner, I'm proud of thinking about worship in new ways. So whatever it was you said, just like distill it down to one sentence. And we're all going to say it on the count of 3. Ready? In a cheerful and joyful way. 1, 2, 3. I'm proud of singing about worship in a musical partner. Yes! Give yourself a hand. Good job. So please shine your lights brightly. Please bring the things that you're proud of to our justice work. The Texas UU Justice Ministry would love to have you as a volunteer, as a sustaining giver, as someone who gives us feedback about your lived experience and where there is more justice needed in your life and your community. We would love to know what your congregation is up to. I was so excited to hear that you have a table coming up at Pride. Volunteer for that. That's exciting. So being out in the community about Unitarian Universalism is a huge, huge and important thing because not everybody knows that there's a place where you can sing about God's love and you can be about racial justice and all the things. So people need to know it's life-saving. Also, a plug for being on committees. We need people to help us plan our return to the Capitol with the legislature in the winter. So if you're a planner and you want a short-term project, we would love to have you come and see me. Or, I want to recognize Mike Phillips and Jan Riolini. Where are you? Let's give them a hand. Stand up. Mike and Jan are on the board, and they are, in fact, board officers of the Texas UU Justice Ministry and very important folks in this work. Please, if you don't know them yet, come and talk to them, ask them about how to get involved with the Justice Ministry. Our job as a state action network, I want to be very clear with you, is not just about the legislature. We are expanding our definition. We want to amplify and support the work that you are doing in your communities. We want to help UUs get connected with the frontline organizations that are right up there doing the work. We don't always have to be leading this, y'all. We often need to be following and supporting. And so we are connected with folks who are on the front lines, and we will help you get connected. All right. There's so much. But what I want you to know most is that we can't do it all, each of us, but we do it together. So when you feel despairing, when it feels like too much, take a breath, think of the things that you're proud of, pack your metaphorical or your literal tambourine, reach out to someone who needs you, and come back to church. You have a place, and that's a really beautiful thing in hard times. You have a place, and you are needed. So the last thing I want to share with you is a quote from my predecessor, Reverend Chuck Freeman. I believe some of you know him. I'm so grateful for the work he did in the first 10 years of this ministry. About a year ago, he was preaching in Fort Worth, and he said this: "You look at what happened in the last election in Arizona and Georgia. This wasn't a flash in the pan. This was the result of a decade or more of grassroots organizing. And Texas is on this path if we keep doing our work. And we will. The future will be determined by those who are focused, centered, organized, and mobilized for the values they hold dear. That will be us. The politically impossible will become the politically inevitable. I need you to believe it. I need you to have faith in a Texas that doesn't exist yet or that is obscured by racist gerrymandering and rhetoric. I need you to believe in our Texas and help make it possible. And take care of yourselves along the way. I need you to survive. Knowing that we Unitarian Universalists are connected across a wide world, it brings me great joy to say that our closing hymn is Spirit of Life, number 123, which was the congregational hymn at my congregation in Chicago when I lived there, and I know is dear to our campers and a lot of folks. So I invite you to rise in body and or spirit for hymn number 123, Spirit of Life. For our benediction, I invite you to take stock of your spirit. Think about the spirit you'd like to come out of this sanctuary with and bless the world with. And then take in the words of Matthew P. Taylor, another sibling from Blue, Black Lives of Unitarian Universalism. This piece is called The Change. I can feel the change coming, like growing pains. I feel the change in my bones, pulling me, stretching me, forming me into the true I am. Can you feel it? The change in our bodies as we adapt, grow, change. The weight shifting and molding to fit. This evolving body that we are in, guided by faith that this too shall pass. We can survive this because our ancestors survived. Can you feel them in your DNA? You, a mixture of their particles that was molded to fit your spirit. Change and shift, mold and grow, yet in some ways, we stay the same. Blessed be, Ashe, and Amen.